So people always ask the question, what do I need for post tummy tuck recovery? What are the essentials? So I'm going to give you 5 things that you'll typically find on an essentials list that I did not purchase, and I'm going to tell you what I used instead. So the first thing you'll find on a list of essentials is typically a walker. Now, I did not purchase a walker. I didn't use anything to aid me in walking. I used my husband to help me up and down off of the sofa for the first 3 days. And after that, I was able to use my arm and my leg strength to push myself up off of the sofa and lower myself back down onto the sofa. And beyond that, the walking part, I was very hunched over, but I shuffled my feet one in front of the other and got to where I was going. I didn't walk very far. I was walking from the sofa to the bathroom and back typically. I did go out of the house for my first week post-op appointment and I just kind of shuffled along. I went out of the house for a band concert at 9 weeks post-op. I took my time and shuffled along. Now my back did ache, my lower back did ache. The longer you stand and the longer that you are in that hunched over position, the more that it strains your lower back. So your lower back will ache, but I did not purchase a walker. I just took my time, shuffled one foot in front of the other, and that was how I got around. Another thing you'll find on the essentials list is a shower chair. I did not purchase a shower chair. It just wasn't something that I was interested in. I didn't think that I was gonna stay in the shower that long. I was required to take a shower from the first day post-op and every day after. And so I did have to take a shower even with my drain. But what I did was I purchased a shower lanyard that I connected my drain to. And then the first few days, maybe first half of the week or so, my husband was there and just held my hand and, kind of stood there while I showered. And I didn't stay very long. Like I'm still very, was very hunched over. And like I said, that just creates the back strain. And so you really don't want to be in the shower very long anyway. So I did it because it was mandatory, not necessarily because I wanted to. And so wasn't in the shower very long. So didn't really feel the need to purchase a shower chair, and it worked out just fine. Another thing that you might find on the essentials list is the toilet seat raiser. Now I didn't purchase this either. Again, it just wasn't something that I thought that I would use on a long-term basis, and so I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna buy that. So what I did was I took 2 beach towels and I folded them over to make them really thick, and I stuffed them under my thighs, and that was enough to raise me up off of the toilet enough so that I didn't have to lower myself all the way down onto the toilet. And again, you're not, I wasn't sitting on the toilet very long. You sit, you do what you gotta do, and you get up. And so that's what I did. And so those beach towels, because they're so thick, they were enough to prop me up high enough on the toilet so that I didn't need a toilet seat raiser. So that was practically free for me versus having to buy the seat raiser because we already had the beach towels. Another thing that you might find on the essentials list is a Shewee, which is a female urinal device. Now, I didn't use anything like that. We had plastic cups in the pantry, and so I would go to the bathroom, I would stand up over the toilet facing the back of the toilet, and I would use the bathroom in the plastic cup. Dump the cup, rinse it, clean it, and kept it moving. I didn't use anything special to urinate in. I only had to do that for about the first 4 days or so. After that, I was able to actually lower myself all the way onto the toilet so that I could use the bathroom normally. And so, I just didn't have a need to make a special purchase of a device to urinate in. I just used what I had on hand, and then I didn't need anything at all after about the first 4 days. The last thing you'll find on the essentials list that I did not purchase was a recliner. Now, I really wanted a recliner. We went to the furniture stores, we looked on Amazon. My husband called up Rent-A-Center and was ready to rent one. And for whatever reason, it just never really worked out and we ran out of time. So I ended up purchasing a wedge pillow set off of Amazon. And I'll put the link in the description for the wedge pillow set. But I ended up purchasing this wedge pillow set. I set up shop on a sectional in our loft, and that is kind of where I was. And I was very glad that I ended up going with the wedge pillow set versus the recliner, because week 3, I ended up moving the wedge pillow set to the bed, and I was able to rest more comfortably in the bed versus the sofa. So I was very happy that I didn't purchase the recliner and I had that wedge pillow set because I could move it around. When I went back to work in week 4, I couldn't sit at my desk for 8 hours because of the more I sat upright, the more I swelled. So I then ended up taking that wedge pillow set and moving it back to the sofa, where I worked from the sofa for the next week. And so the wedge pillow set was just very flexible. I could move it around, and I was just really glad that I did not purchase the recliner. Had I purchased the recliner and not the wedge pillow set, I would have been just stuck in the recliner for 6 weeks. But because I had the flexibility of the wedge pillow set, I was able to move it around and did not have to be stuck in one spot. And so I was very thankful for that. Now again, getting up and sitting down, I know a lot of people will purchase the lift recliners for that reason, to help you up and down. My husband was my full-time caregiver for my first 3 days, the day of surgery and then 2 days post-op. And so anytime I had to get up off of the sofa to use the bathroom or was ready to sit back down, he was there to like hold my hands and pull me up, and he was there to, to hold me so I could lower myself back down. This was for the first 3 days, again, the day of surgery and 2 days post-op. After that, I was able to get myself up and down off of the sofa just fine. The getting yourself up and down off of the sofa is really all about your arm strength and your leg strength. And I did a lot of strength training before surgery. And so I was really strong in my upper body and my lower body prior to surgery. And so once I had the hang of it, I was able to push myself up off of the sofa and then use that same arm strength and leg strength to lower myself back down. And so I didn't even need him for getting up and down off of the sofa after the first 3 days. Really wanted a recliner, but I'm just really glad that it didn't work out, because after the 3rd day, I just really didn't need any help getting up and down, and I'm glad I went with the wedge pillow set over the recliner. All right, so there you have it. Those are the 5 things you'll typically find on a Tummy Tuck essentials list that I did not purchase and what I did instead. If you found this information helpful, please take a moment and give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions about things that I may have actually purchased, please leave those in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions about some of the things I did purchase as part of my essentials list. Also, if you are loving this content, please take a moment and subscribe to the channel. Join our community. I would love to have you here. Take care. See you in the next video.